Good day to all of you. I am Jeverine Eseque and let me share my advocacy. This speech will be entitled as Every Child's Prerogative. Do we think that these children have the same right as what we have? Do they deserve what they are getting now? Or are these Filipino children still safe at their own homes? According to the Present Child Abuse of America, when we use the term advocate, we mean anyone who promotes policies and support children and families. Personally, I'm a kid lover. I love kids, I love babies. They are my stress reliever. So joining this kind of advocacy is really a great pleasure. It gives me hope. It gives me relief. By joining this advocacy, it is something that you should be proud of. Because we know that we are helping the future of this country. We all know that these children is our hope. These young minds only desire for a happy living. A life that is not ponderous, and a life that will lead them to a rosy future. An eye of a child had so much meaning. An eye that speaks so many words. An eye where you can sense how and what they really feel. Where you can sense the feeling of gratitude. A want of a normal child, and a feeling that they want to feel loved. They want and need an attention. They need people that will understand their actions. They need a company that supports them. These little kids are needing an affection from the people that they love and are able to give that to them. Let me share this to all of you. A long time ago, when I was kinder, me and my mom are on our way going home. We encountered these little kids. I think I have the same age as them way back then. They're selling candies on the streets as we pass by. And as we are buying to them, their voice sounds so tired. You can see in their eyes how exhausted they are. As a kid, they should be in a four-corner classroom, reading, writing, learning, playing, and other things that a normal kid should do. It is an eye-opener to us that we are so blessed because we are living this kind of life. Comfortable, happy. Honestly, we don't have to work hard for us to live, and yet we're not still contented. God led us to see those children that are suffering to live, to remind us how lucky we are. As a good Samaritan, we ought to help who are in need. God gave us this kind of life because we have a purpose, and that purpose is to give back or let them experience a true meaning of a child's life. I can tell the world is really unfair. Why are these kids who's only wanted to live normally and to have an education can't achieve that? Education is their right. Why does the world refuse to give that to them? Each and every one of us deserves an education. Education is everything. It is more than a right, and everyone is entitled to it. Another right of its children is their rights from violence. As a supporter of kids, I am strongly against with that. Their soft skins are not supposed to feel painful slaps and purplish bruises. They don't deserve to get that, especially from people that they don't really know. It's just so difficult to understand. How could they breathe freely knowing there is a child that is suffering from their unmerciful and ruthless hands? How are they peacefully sleep at night? Does it bother them that there is a kid crying and groaning of the pain that they caused? 8 of 10 Filipino children suffer from child abuse, and that is according to the new study of Council for the Welfare of Children. According to a new study of Council for the Welfare of Children, or CWC, and the United Nations Children's Fund, most children experience violence where they should be feel the safest, in their own homes with their families. Do we really have the guts to tolerate this kind of maltreatment toward these innocent little kids? Child abuse is not a joke. It causes emotional harm or injury to a child, and sometimes it can lead to death. That is possible and that is reality. Let us take this seriously. Child abuse is not just physically performed, it can also be performed emotionally. Based on child health, it has many forms of maltreatment, including neglect, sexual abuse, physical abuse, exploitation, and emotional abuse. Child abuse is not just about hurting one little child. Can we think the psychological impact to the kid? It may be positive in a way that the kid will take that situation as a challenge to make herself or himself better. But most of the time, it is beyond negative. Because the psychological impact of this abuse, it can lead to depression. It triggers oneself to stay in their comfort zone. Because there is a fear that if they go out of it, they may go wrong. And the worst thing could happen is death. It is not possible to commit a suicide for a person that feels unworthy or not important. I found in my research in Miracle Foundation that there are 12 rights of a child. Some of it are rights to a stable, nurturing, and loving environment. The second is the right to equal opportunity and right to health care and nutrition. I stand with this advocacy to support children, to support their rights. Based on my research in human services, it is part of the duties of child advocates is working with family to make sure that the child is appropriately screened for their special needs. We are finding out on how the child is doing in school. We are always on their side and willing to give help if they need any medical services. It is our duty to guide them if they are facing any problems. We have the ability to support them as much as we can. We just can't stand there and watch how they are growing without having enough knowledge about our society. They are not supposed to be in a sidewalk, sweating, and working under the sun just to have something to eat for a day. At their young age, they are more open to the reality of the world instead of enjoying life. These kids have so much big dreams. They are full of wants and ambitions. As a kid, all that they want is to achieve their goals in life. To feel how it feels like to be a student, to graduate, and to get a degree that can help them to have a better future. And that is why we built this organization. According to Prevent Child Abuse of America, no matter how you use your voice or if you prefer to write letters, as long as you are stand with your rights and speaking on behalf of them, you are an advocate. As an advocators for children's rights, the best way to help these amazing children is to speak for them in this world full of judgment. Let us be their voice. Let us guide them in the right path. We have to stand with them. Let us be the instrument to propagate what they need. I stand here with the gratitude and hoping that we all together stand with these good children. They are the one that is worthy of our help. Let us put this in our mind, that someday, who knows, these little kids will be the heroes of this independent country. The future is in our hands. Are we going to let that pass up? You know, you can be an advocate in the community where you are right now. Like for example, in your school. Let your fellow student know that you are listening to them. In that way, you can build relationships with them. They can be more open about their lives and you can know if there's someone that is hurting them. Second, always reach your arms to them. As I've said earlier, maltreatment can also be performed emotionally. So maybe our hugs can help them to lighten up their feelings. Those kids who are in streets still have a chance. And we advocators can see that. Our country needs us. We have to be understanding. Let us open our hearts to them. Make ourselves a good listeners. We are the real heroes here. Let us give them what they truly deserve. As a part of this advocacy, I can say that we gather for better and successful future of a young mind. Let us be one, because that is what the world needs today. Once again, I am Jeverine Eseque, and I support the children's right. Thank you.